the Securities and Exchange Commission must adopt a regulation based on the authority that Congress has given us. Another core feature of blockchain technology is the ability of individuals to have self-custody of crypto assets in a personal digital wallet. The right to have self-custody of one's private property is a foundational American value that should not disappear when one logs on to the internet. I'm in favor of affording greater flexibility to market participants to self-custody crypto assets, especially where intermediation imposes unnecessary transaction costs or restricts the ability to engage in staking and other on-chain activities.
Welcome back to the show. The video you just watched at the beginning was the new SEC Chair Paul Atkins, and he stated that the right to have self-custody of one's private property is a foundational American value, which should not disappear when one logs onto the internet. So, a lot of you that are new to crypto, you bought crypto on an exchange, it's still on an exchange, you have not self-custodied, you have not gotten with, third-party institutional grade custodians that could hold it for you. But I tell you what, there's a lot to learn. Many of you out there have been in it as long as I have, and we've seen the good and the bad. And I tell you what, this new SEC administration is tops when it comes to crypto and making the United States the crypto capital of the world. Welcome back to the show. Be sure to subscribe to my X channel at RLUSD. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. I'm a crypto teacher. I'm not a financial advisor, and I've been really busy today. Gym membership activated. I got me a gym membership. I've been meaning to get one. I joined one of my local Planet Fitnesses here in the area, and I now have a gym membership. I'm going to be going 3 to 4 times a week, working out, getting toned, getting in shape, baby. King Karan said, let's go. And this guy here, Top Grandpa, I follow him. He follows me. He said, awesome, James. It's never too late to start. I won my first bodybuilding competition at age 63. That's awesome, brother. That is phenomenal. And everybody's like, yeah, let's go. Go at it hard. Get in shape. Missed you in the gym in Las Vegas. Get it in, baby. Get it in. And I plan on it. I'm on a new diet. I plan on doing a lot of cardio, a lot of strength training. Like I said, 3 to 4 days a week, and I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so a few days ago, I mentioned to all of you, and other content creators have mentioned this post I made. I emailed Caleb and Brown, who is one of my brokers, and I needed some US dollar converted to XRP. And within a 2-minute period, the transaction took place, and I received an email from my personal broker with iTrustCapital. You won't get that on a centralized exchange. You're lucky to get an email back from a centralized exchange if you have issues, if you have questions. But I'll tell you what, Caleb and Brown, they're available 24/7, 365. They are 100% secure. You don't have to worry about losing your XRP. I have a big chunk of my XRP on Caleb and Brown, and I am relieved to know that it is locked up in institutional grade third-party custody. So check it out. There's a free link below. It's free to sign up, Caleb and Brown. All right, let's take a look at the numbers. We are seeing some green. XRP, $2.32. But look at Bitcoin. I haven't looked at the numbers here in a couple of hours, believe it or not. CoinPaprika.com, it is roughly 4:30 p.m. Central Time in Texas. Bitcoin is $110,000. Ethereum is $2,600. XRP is $2.32. And this is just the beginning. I follow some crypto analysts. I'm not a chart guy, but I tell you what, eGreg Crypto gets it out there. He talks about the Fibonacci's. He talks about the charts. He talks about all the technical stuff. I'm not a techie, but I love getting information out there. He said XRP in July, we shall fly so high. only few. And if you look right here, back in 2017, I was here for the 2017-2018 bull run. That was the first cycle. Cycle 1, Cycle 2. Back in 2020, 2021, there was Cycle 1, Cycle 2. Right now, we're in 2025. Cycle 1 has happened, and then we're looking at the moon. Hopefully by the summer, hopefully by September. The projections here are $12 by September the 29th. Wow. Make it happen, baby. Make it happen. And then even further than that, we're looking at possibly a $46. People are like, there's no way. We're only at $2.32. How are we going to get the double digits? Well, as you and as all the newbies and as all the banks and as all the financial institutions and as all the developers and as people, all the billions of people around the world start to get the aha moment that we have received and start looking at charts and start coming to the realization that you are at the right place at the right time, baby. Not financial advice. Do your research. Now, this is true. Right now, you can go to an exchange and you can purchase a fraction of a Bitcoin. Bitcoin's $110,000. Most of you cannot afford a complete Bitcoin, so you can buy $100 worth, which is like 0.0001 Bitcoin or however much that is. In the very near future, people will be purchasing fractions of an XRP. I repeat, in the very near future, people will be purchasing fractions of an XRP, which is called a drop. Like whenever you make a transaction on top of the XRP ledger, it costs 0.00001 XRP, which is fractions of a penny. That is considered a drop. Wait until $1 equals 0.00001 XRP. Do the math, people, and get excited. Max Kaiser, the Bitcoin maxi, the Bitcoin crazy dude, whatever you want to call him, responded to World of Statistics. What is the silent killer that people not realize is slowly killing them? Max Kaiser reposted XRP. Well, Max, I have news for you. XRP is going to be the Bitcoin killer, believe it or not. I have nothing against Bitcoin. It is a form of value. It has no utility. XRP was created to be a better Bitcoin with utility. And just keep on letting the fear get out there. They're shaking in their shoes. The Bitcoin maxis are so nervous right now because they know that all of these other technologies are working their way up to the top. TATS X. TATS is with Ripple. TATS follows me. Ecosystem growth. Ripple building the internet of value. TATS posted that thrilled to announce a strategic partnership shaping the future of digital assets in Japan. It's Ripple, plus Web3 Salon, which I'm going to follow here, plus Jetro Info, which I'm going to follow as well. And this refers to a Ripple X or a Ripple post here on the 8th at 8:30 p.m. Ripple and Web3 Salon, supported by Jetro, are launching a new partnership for Japan-based Web3 startups, open to early-stage teams building on the XRP ledger with a focus on DeFi tokenization and payments. Learn how this program will fuel the new wave or next wave of digital asset innovation in Japan. There is a link here. It's on Ripple's webpage. I'm not going to go through it, but I will leave a link to everything covered in this video in the description below. Get excited, people. Things are happening. We're still trying to get 100% regulatory clarity from our governments. It is starting to happen. I think today was the Crypto Task Force. The Securities and Exchange Commission had their last meeting today with companies that are pro-blockchain, pro-crypto, banking, all of the above. They had their last meeting today. That was Paul Atkins at the very beginning. He gave the opening remarks during the meeting today. Bull runners, insight, Ripple's RLUSD board. RLUSD is Ripple's stablecoin, is being likened to a government agency, highlighting the scale and seriousness behind XRP's growing influence. XRP, check this out. Ripple USD Board of Directors. Chris Larson, Executive Chairman of Ripple's Board of Directors and co-founder of Ripple. CEO and co-founder of Prosper Marketplace, and CEO and co-founder of eLoan. You got Sheila Bair. She is a chair at the U.S. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the FDIC. She's Assistant Secretary for Financial Institutions, U.S. Department of the Treasury, Senior Vice President for Government Relations, New York Stock Exchange, and Commissioner and Acting Chair of the Commodity Future Trading Commission. Hello. David Puth. Senior advisor at Circle USDC. They just went public. Chief Executive Officer, Center Consortium, R3 Strategic Advisor, Chief Executive Officer for CLS Group, JP Morgan Chase, Head of Currencies, Commodities, and Emerging Markets with JP Morgan Chase. You got Kenneth Montgomery, First Vice Chair and Chief Operating Officer, get this, at the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. With FedNow, Service Program Executive at FedNow, Instant Payments. Then you got Raghuram Rajan, who is the governor of the Reserve Bank of India and a chief economist, International Monetary Fund, the IMF. Wow, people. All I got to say is wow, because we're at the right place at the right time. RLUSD is a stablecoin. RLUSD is going to be used by banks in the United States as well as around the world. It's going to compete with Tether, USDT. It's going to compete with USDC. It's going to compete with SWIFT, the SWIFT network. Stay tuned. Max Avery. I follow him. He follows me. He is a fellow Texan. I think he lives near the Dallas area. It may be Oklahoma. I apologize, Max. I know we met in Houston not too long ago, but this is what he had to say. This nice little post here. I'm going to read it word for word. Bear with me. This is going to be a short video. He states that XRP and RLUSD are deeply connected parts of the emerging financial system. A lot of people still don't understand the depth of liquidity that they'll be tied to. Every RLUSD transaction adds to the ecosystem since XRP acts as the connective tissue, moving RLUSD across the ledger and linking it to everything else. Whenever RLUSD is in motion, so is XRP. Every swap, transfer, and settlement creates growth that pulls the other forward. Network value will also follow utility. We're starting to see the same positioning here, and RLUSD will be a major utility catalyst for XRP. Liquidity is what breathes life into financial ecosystems. As RLUSD spreads, it increases liquidity across the XRP ledger, drawing attention from institutions looking to move large volumes. It's easy to miss, and a lot of people continue to fade the eventual outcome. But foundational value is being built behind the scenes daily. More RLUSD activity means more transactions, which means more XRP is needed. And when demand rises but supply stays fixed, well, you know the rest. Traditional finance burns cash, just keeping payment rails open through pre-funded accounts. XRP fixes this with real-time liquidity. RLUSD builds on that strength. Developers are picking the XRP ledger because the RLUSD XRP pair gives them functionality that makes sense for large projects. When the market wakes up to it, a lot of people will wish they had paid closer attention. I've been in this 8 years. I've had XRP for 8 years, and I've held on, and I've held on, and I've held on. And I'll tell you what, it is just incredible to know that we are still early to the party. Many of us are starting to party now, but we are still early to the party. And as this amazing technology continues to expand in our banking system, in our everyday lives, in our payment system, fractions of a penny to send a transaction on the XRP ledger versus your MoneyGrams, your Western Unions, your SWIFT, your banks, all of the above. You're going to see some amazing things happen. Finally, this last article here from the Crypto Times, Uphold explores IPO, people. targets XRP obsessed U.S. crypto market. And as I stated in yesterday's video, Uphold is bringing back the crypto-enabled MasterCard or Visa to the United States in the very near future. I'm very excited for this. Right here it says, Uphold is reportedly exploring an initial public offering while strategically courting U.S. consumers with a keen interest specifically in XRP, the native cryptocurrency of the XRP ledger. It says in a report, Uphold CEO Simon McLaughlin revealed that the company's board has appointed FT partners to look into various options, which possibly include an initial public offering in the United States. Sorry about the pop-up. Or selling the company operation to other giant corporations. And Circle just went public. You know, when is Ripple going to go public? I understand that the lawsuit could be ending here anytime this week, next month, who knows? But, you know, all of these massive fintech companies, exchanges, all the above, you still got Kraken that hasn't gone public yet. You still have, you know, all of these amazing institutions and fintech companies and blockchain companies that are going to go public, so the public will have an opportunity to own a share of those companies. Get excited, people. If you get a chance, subscribe to the James Rule Crypto Show. I want to thank all the new subscribers out there. I'm close to hitting 40,000 subscribers. I'm blessed. I'm just so excited that I could get this information out to you in a timely manner. Let's see what happens this week. Prices are kicking right now. Let's see how much higher we're going to go. My name is James Rule XRP. Don't forget, I told you so.